Good day! So for today's lessons, we have first comparison and contrast of information and simple story. So let's have first the comparison and contrast of information week 7. So our objective, you are expected to compare and contrast information. So I have here an example of text. So Mount Mayon and Mount Taal. Mount Mayon and Mount Taal are the two of the most active volcanoes in the country. Mount Mayon is known for its perfect cone-shaped structure. It is located in the Bicol region. Meanwhile, Mount Taal is considered as the world's smallest volcano. It is situated in the Calabarzon region. The two volcanoes may differ in sizes, but once they erupt, both may be destructive. So now, how did the author present information about the two volcanoes? Right. The author presented the information about the two volcanoes in a comparison and contrast. So what is comparison and contrast? So one of the ways in presenting information is through comparing and contrasting. So in comparing, one examines the similarities. When we say similarities, what are the same? Okay, what are the same of two or more persons, places, things, events, and or topics. On the other hand, when we say contrasting, it shows the differences or what is not the same, okay, of the two or more items. Again, comparison, it means the similarities, what is the same. When we say contrast, what is the differences or what is not the same. So I have here another example of informational text. So we will answer this on your paper. So get your paper right there, page 35, learning task 2. And then write 1 to 4. So now, I'm going to read it and then after that, you answer. Okay, the choices are A, B, or C. The cardinal and the cedar waxwing are two common birds. Both have crests on their heads, but these birds have some differences. Male cardinal is bright red, while the waxwing is brown. The cedar waxwing often migrates from one place to another. On the other hand, the cardinal stays in one place year after year. So now let's answer the questions. Number 1, what are cardinal and cedar waxwing? A. Horses, B. Birds, C. Snakes. Number 2, what do they have on their heads? A. Crests, B. Pearls, C. Crowns. Number 3, based on the selection, how do the two differ in terms of color? A. Male cardinal is bright red while waxwing is brown. Letter B. Male cardinal is brown while waxwing is bright red. Letter C. Male cardinal is bright brown while waxwing is red. Number 4. How is the length of stay in one place described? A. Waxwing stays in one place year after year while cardinal migrates from one place to another. B. Waxwing and cardinal both stay in one place year after year. Or letter C. Cardinal stays in one place year after year while waxwing migrates from one place to another. If you're not yet done, click the pause button. If you're done, click the play button. So now let's answer. Put check if your answer is correct and X if your answer is incorrect. So for number 1, the correct answer would be B, birds. Number 2, letter A, they have crests. Number 3, letter A. And letter C, and number 4, letter C. Cardinal stays in one place year after year while waxwing migrates from one place to another. So now, we're done with our first lesson. Let's move on to our second lesson, which is simple story. This is for week 8. So our objective, so you are expected to write a simple story. So I have here an example of short story. I will read it to you, then afterwards we are going to answer. So a day in our garden. Ethan and Joy went to their garden yesterday. They planted some seedlings. Ethan picked up the dried leaves and threw them into the garbage bin. Joy watered the plants and bushes. After doing their tasks, they sat under the tree and ate mangoes and pineapples. They immediately went back to their house because it rained. So now, let's try to answer these three questions. You may answer to the comment section below. So first, what is the title of the story? Second, who are the characters in the story? And last, what is the setting? So when we say setting, what is the place? Okay? What is the place in the story? So if you're not yet done, click the pause button. If you're done, click the play buttons. So for number 1, the correct answer would be A Day in Our Garden. Second, question, who are the characters in the story? And the answers are Ethan and Joy. And for the last one, the setting of the story could be a garden, in the backyard, or outside the house. So that one is an example of simple story. So what is a story? A story is a text that narrates events. Stories may either be fictional or non-fictional. So what is fictional? Fictional stories are events that are imaginary, that can only happen in our dreams. Okay? Like stories that has fairy godmother, because it's an imaginary example, because in the real world, there is no fairy, right? Meanwhile, non-fictional stories are those that are based on facts and happen or have happened in real life. Like there would be a story of Life of Rizal. So that happened in a true story because it's based on facts and it already have happened. So now, a simple story has the following basic parts. First, we have title. It presents the overview of the story. Second, we have characters, which refer to the actors or performers in a story. They may be humans, animals, and etc. Number 3, setting. So setting tells when and where the story happened. Example, in a long, faraway land, or a long time ago in a faraway land. So that is the setting of the story. It tells when and where the story happened. Fourth, we have events. So events means the occurrence in a story. They are basically divided into 3 parts: beginning, middle, and ending. Beginning, it introduces the characters and the setting. You tell what is the setting and who are the characters. Okay? That is the beginning. So, in the middle, it narrates what the characters do and what happens to them. And the ending, it tells how the story ended. Usually, it also presents the lesson learned by the characters and the reader. So, one example could be the story of King Midas and his golden hands. So, in the beginning, I will introduce a character. So, we have, in a faraway land, there lives a king who loved gold. So, that is the character. Now, and I also tell the setting. So, in the middle, I will narrate what the characters do and what happens to them. So, because King Midas loved gold, he wishes that anything that he will touch will turn into gold. So, that is the thing that happened there. Now, but then, it happened. Everything that he touched turned into gold. And then one day, her beloved daughter went up to him, and then he accidentally hugs her beloved daughter, and her beloved daughter turned into gold. So now, in the ending, I will tell how the story ends. So, King Midas wished again that everything that he touched will turn to its original object, that it will not turn into gold again, so that he could return his daughter. And then he learned that the important thing in life is not gold, but instead it's your loved one. So that is the ending of the story. So now, let's check your knowledge in our lesson. So, get your drill board. Let's answer learning task 1. So, what we need to do is to match the descriptions in column A with the terms referred to in column B. So, write the letters of your answers in your notebook. So, number 1, it presents the overview of the story. So, what is it? Is it A, setting, B, title, C, characters? Number 2, it refers to the actors in a story. Is it A, setting, B, title, C, characters? Number 3, it tells when and where the story happened. Is it letter A, setting, B, title, C, characters? If you're not yet done, click the pause button. If you're done, click the play button. Now, let's check in your drill board. Put a check if your answer is correct and X if your answer is incorrect. So, for number 1, it's letter B. It's the title, the overview. Number 2, the correct answer would be letter C, characters. It refers to the actors in a story. Number 3, we have letter A, the setting. Again, setting, it tells when and where the story happened. So, now, this is the last part of our activity. This is your performance task. So, you will write it on your paper, okay? Just write in your paper, performance task, learning task 2. Okay? So, what you will do is to write a simple story using the pictures below. Okay? Write a simple story using the pictures below. Then, provide your own title and identify your own characters and setting. Do this in your notebook. So, you will just write in your paper title, characters, when, where, beginning, middle, ending, and then you will create your simple story. So, look at the picture. You based your answers on the pictures that you can see. Look at picture A. Look at picture B. Look at picture C. And look at picture D. So, now, if you will give a title to those pictures, based on based on the picture, what could be the title? Give your title. Okay, you write your answer there. Okay? Character. Now, based on the picture, what is the name of that character? You can invent names. Okay? You can invent names of a girl because that picture shows a picture of a girl. And then when do you think that happened? Okay? And where? What is the place do you think that happened? And then beginning. Now you write the start of your story. Based on that picture, picture A, B, C, and D, create your beginning. You write first, where is the setting? When is the setting? When and where the story begins, and who is that girl? You need to give a name to that girl so that you could write the beginning of the story. And then in the middle, you write what happened, what went wrong, and then in the ending, you write what solved her problem and what did she learn. Okay? So again, you will answer it on your paper. Performance task, learning task 2, and then you write title, characters, when, where, beginning, middle, and ending. You based your answers on the pictures. Okay? Picture A, picture B, picture C, and picture D. So if you're done with that, you will pass it to our Google Classroom, or you may send it to me on my Facebook Messenger. And that ends our lesson. Goodbye!